Joining us now is A-League great Besart Berisha. Good to see you. Welcome. You're still looking very fit, Bess.
Yeah, good to see you too, David. Thank you. Now, obviously, I still try to keep my shape. Special. I'm trying to be a coach, so it's even more important to keep the good shape to maybe show a player that I still can score a goal. So I have to keep myself still fit.
All right, let's just clarify. Bess, are you absolutely retired? Because I'm pretty sure there's at least a few clubs at A-League level and even at NPL level that would love to sign you up and give you that number 9 or number 8 shirt.
To be honest, my heart says sometimes, my head, come on, do it again. But I am definitely done. I decided it's finished, and I did everything I could as a player. I always tried my best, and I decided to retire, and that's it, because my full focus is something I'm really passionate about and I really love to do, and it's coaching. So all my focus is on coaching.
Fantastic. So you left Western United in 2021. You had a little stint back home. Can you just reflect on that and what you've been doing since?
Since I returned back, obviously, I start straight to do my badges, as a coach. I had maybe 2 weeks of holiday, and I went straight back. I wanted to do the badges, because it's not just because I already planned that, because in my time in Western United, I really decided myself that I really want to, when I'm finished, start straight away with the badges, do my license. And I've been very lucky, very lucky. I use all these 2.5 years now, really traveling, seeing clubs, and they open the doors for me to see how they work, and coaches I met, and it's been an amazing time. I'm very grateful since I came to Europe that I was a bit worried that nobody will recognize me and will know me anymore. And it's been a long time. I didn't been in Europe, but it was really, really good, and learned a lot, and met people, met coaches. So you have also Europe, so many clubs around here where you can learn so much, and it's been great. It was a good time.
Fantastic. It's good. It means they've been watching the A-League over the last 10 years overseas and been seeing all of your goals. But can you just talk to us about the coaching badges and how that's gone? I believe you started in Germany, what you've learnt over there, and perhaps some people that you've been doing those badges with.
Yeah, to be really honest, David, I didn't expect to be so intense, so much work, and I was surprised, to be honest. I'm very passionate. I really want to do this way, and I want to be hopefully a good coach. And I was surprised the way and how much work it is to get the badges. I met a lot of great players and coaches, which is great experience. Every course I go and every time we do the courses, it's a great learning process, and I'm very grateful for that. But I did my B license in Germany. I'm doing currently my A license in Albania. I tried everywhere, to be honest, but it's pretty tough in Europe to get a spot. So I'm very, very lucky to do it in Albania, the UEFA A license. So I am soon finished with that, and ready to go.
Yes, there's always coaching changes around the world, and even here in Australia in the A-League. Would you come here and coach in the A-League?
Australia is my second home. That's what I call, and that's what I feel. And I always respect Australia, the league, the people, the fans. But it is really important for me now, especially as a young coach, to have the right club and the right project where I feel connected, and the way I think as a coach, and has to be the same way also the club. And I am a guy, I as a player, even now as a coach, I love challenges, and I'm ready for the challenges, tough challenges, and so I will never say no. I love Australia. At the moment, I am talking to clubs here in Europe and try to yeah, to get a club in Europe, and we'll see what happened there. And well, honestly, David, like I say, I call Australia my second home, and I will never say no. I love this place. I know the league. I've been long enough in this league, and I know the clubs and the way they play the football there. So why not? Why not?
And your family loves Australia too, yeah? You were here for a long time. Your son was in school and playing football here.
I mean, they're missing more than me. I mean, I love Australia, but they're asking me every month, I think, when we go back to Australia, because they still have contact to some school friends, and obviously they really love it, and they will definitely not have a problem to go back. That's for sure. But for me as a coach, David, has to be the right club, and where I feel connected, and has to be the right project.
Bess, we remember you well as a player. We loved watching you play. It was hard on the sleeve, passion, the way you celebrated the goals. It was such a big part of why we fell in love with you and why everyone had an opinion about Besart Berisha. What will Besart Berisha, the coach, be like? Will he be as animated and crazy on the sidelines, or will you be quite mellow? I've caught up with you for a few times for a coffee. You're very chilled off the field. What kind of coach will you be?
Not like I was as a player, definitely not. I mean, you cannot be. You have to be totally different. One thing will never change is my winning mentality. That's always going to be there. But obviously, as a coach, there is a different way of approaching the game. And but I can tell you, I will not be like I was as a player. That's for sure. But my winning mentality will never change, and that's what I will always have, even as a coach.
Who was the biggest coaching influence or influences in your career?
Oh, that's a good question, Dave. I had after 17 years career, a lot of coaches. A lot of coaches, and I had in one team in Germany, I had in 1 year 4 coaches. So, but I had a lot of coaches. Yeah, look, I cannot go away from a coach which I had so much success from Kevin. He's been absolutely amazing. The way he dealt with players. This is what I'm looking for as a coach the most. Is and I put a lot of time, especially the last 2.5 years, on player management. As a coach, this is for me number one, and Kevin was really good on it, and the way he handled all the mentalities in the team was absolutely amazing. And obviously Kevin, I had the most in my career. I had coaches always for 1 year. Like I told you, four coaches in 1 year. I couldn't really get connected, but with Kevin I did, and he was really, really good on that, and I'm trying to do the same, because for me it's very important, the player management. I want to try to get the best out of the players. I've been 17 years as a player around, and I saw many coaches which obviously, yeah, many times also fail to do that, because in the end of the day, it's so important to get the best out every day of a player, and this is the result you get in the weekends, and it's very important. And Kevin did amazing job, and he handled me obviously, so he did a pretty good job there. I was probably the worst.
Very, very similar personalities, so I think he understood you. But Kevin's been doing great things over in Japan, winning the title with Yokohama F Marinos. Another former coach of yours, Ange Postecoglou, is flying over at Celtic. You must be very proud of them. Can you just tell us your thoughts about how they're going and their progress?
This is incredible. This should be for Australia the goal, the way Ange is doing in Celtic. I visit 2 games actually. I was in Leipzig, the Champions League game, watching him, and I was in doing in Madrid, And for me, the way he is doing is something very special, which every coach should look up to them. And what Kevin is doing, obviously, in Yokohama is doing unbelievable job, you know, and I'm really happy for them, you know, and also as a player, I had them, I learned so much from them, you know, and this is something each young coach should look up to, you know, and pay respect, because it's not easy at all. Me watching now as a young coach, seeing how tough this world is as a coach, it is not easy to achieve such a success what Ainge did in Celtic, and play winning the title in Scotland and playing in Champions League. And they've been unlucky in Champions League. I watched the games, but you know, still, you know, to be there as a coach, this is a dream. This is what is the goal from every young coach. And you know, I cannot prize more both of them, the way they do it. And I know them really well. I had them, and I know why they have this success. It's no surprise for me, because I've been as a player there with them, and knowing the way they manage the team, I knew soon is going to come the success.
Hey, Bess, there's a new Berisha in town, as you know, Valon, a person that you know quite well. He certainly made his mark on and off the field here. Have you followed him? Have you spoken to him? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I spoke to him. Obviously, I had also a national team for Kosovo. We played together with Valon. Yeah, I spoke to him before he left to Melbourne, and obviously he asked me questions about the town and the place. Obviously, I told him he's going to the wrong club, but there is only one club in Melbourne, or maybe one and a half. Uh, and I was joking with him, and I said that he's doing a good choice. He's gonna love it there, special Melbourne City. You know, the club is very professional, have a great team and a great club. You know, the way they're running the club, they're doing a great job, and that he's going to a good club. And I mean, he's a great player in Europe. You know, he's been doing here amazing job. He's played in highest level of clubs here, and I was happy. I was happy, but I told him also there's only one Berisha. There's not gonna be two.
Very good. Jamie Maclaren, he's edging closer and closer to the A-League goal scoring record held by yourself, Bess. An extraordinary 142 goals in 236 games that you scored. How do you feel about this?
I feel great. I'm so happy for him. You know, knowing myself how much work I had to do to come there, and I know how much it means to Jamie, because he's working same hard work, and I know Jamie personally. We still today we have contact, and I knew that any record is gonna get broken. This is record made to be broken, and I knew that somebody's gonna come along and will break it. And I always knew that Jamie will be there, and you know, he's been working so hard, and he's been doing amazing work every year in Australia. And you know, if he breaks this record, well deserved. He deserves it, because the way he is playing is amazing to watch.
What were your reflections of breaking the then record when you, or the A-League record anyway, when you over Archie Thompson? Of course, we acknowledged the NSL record goal scorers, and Damien Murray still sits at number one there. But how did you feel when you broke the A-League record?
It was something very special for me, because even if I never really, I didn't came to Australia to think I will break this record. I never did. My goal was on to be for my team there, for my club, and try to obviously make history with my club, win trophies. That was my first priority. But after I came closer and closer and closer, obviously, and I knew what work I had to put to be there. You know, it was very special. You know, it's as a striker, you know, this is where you get you know, count, you know, if you score goals. And and then breaking records. That was really special. It was hard to become to this point, and I was very grateful, and not easy. This is why I when I see Jamie is coming closer to my record, I respect a lot, because I know how much work you need to put to be there, week in, week out, and he really deserves it. He's a great striker, and he's not just as a football player, but I know him also personally. Knowing him as a person, I respect him a lot, and I really wish him that he breaks this record, because not just as a player but also a person, he's an amazing person.
I'm pretty sure you needed excess luggage to get all of your trophies and silverware and medals back to Europe, Best, but 4 championships, 2 golden boots were the highlight. What was the highlight for you reflecting on your A-League playing career?
Yeah, it's been, like you just mentioned, I mean, you cannot ignore the time in Brisbane and in victory, special winning all these trophies, I had an amazing time, unbelievable time. And but I'm just very grateful, very grateful for my time in Australia, because I played in Europe. Many people forgot that I played in Europe too. I played in Bundesliga, in England, Denmark, first division, Norwegian first division, national team here. But the most I always look back and I say I enjoyed the most was Australia, just generally Australia, because I fall in love back again with football. I enjoyed so much the game, and I finished the game with a smile, and that's what is the most important, but the one moment, if I'm allowed to pick, which I don't want to disrespect any club, Brisbane Roar or Western United, was in victory, winning the first grand final. After such a long time, they've been doing so hard, and so had a really difficult time winning the 3-1 against Sydney, or 3-0, sorry, it was a 3-0 in Amy Park. That was something, I will say magical, and I will always stay there.
Yeah, it was a great occasion, that one. I remember it well. Socceroos and Aussies abroad. Socceroos did very well, exceeded a lot of expectations at the recent World Cup, and there's a few more Australians playing overseas, scattered around various European leagues. Any thoughts on the Socceroos or Aussies abroad at the moment, Bess?
Super proud of them. I mean, honestly, you cannot say nothing bad of them. The way they played in the World Cup, I watched every game. I was in Germany with my family, watched every game, and honestly, super proud. The way they played, that was really great. I didn't expect, actually. Honestly, I was not expecting this. I have to be honest too, but the way they played, and they can be so proud. I mean, Australian showed all the world the football is alive there, and we can achieve such a great success, and we are strong, and everybody's, I think, on that day, I think, has Australia now in the what you call in the radar. After that performance they did, I think everybody knew that Australia has a good football, and that's great to see, because Australia deserve this game to get bigger and known that they play good football.
Yeah, and a lot of familiar faces for you, from Coach Graham Arnold to most, if not all, of the players.
Yeah, Gramon did amazing job as a coach. I think he's doing terrific. I'm happy that he's still there. He signed the contract again, and he's gonna be more for Socceroos. I think he's a great coach, very experienced, and he's being our in A-League unbelievable coach. And I'm happy for him, and for all the Socceroos, the way they represent the country in the World Cup in Qatar. I mean, you can nothing say bad things. That just make us really proud, to be honest.
Besart, it's been an absolute pleasure. You're looking $1 million. Great to see you. And
David, thank you.
we hope we see you back in Australia very soon. I've got a gut feeling that we could see you here very soon. I certainly hope we do.
I'm working really hard to one day become a good coach, and I hope so too. I hope so too. I will never say to Australia no. I mean, I would love to come back, especially seeing my old teams in that position where they are at the moment. Doesn't like it. I doesn't like.
Very good. Bess, absolute pleasure to chat. Good luck with the rest of your coaching badges, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much, David. Pleasure to talk to you again. Thank you. All the best. Thank you.